Let's break through writer's block together and write for just 10 minutes. I'm Victoria.
I'm Andy.
And this is Struggle is Real. So what are we going to write about today, Andy?
Yeah, so today's topic is between pigeons and guns.
That's fun.
War and peace.
War and exactly. They're two polar opposites. So why did you come up with these?
Well, honestly, we're here in New York City, in Madison Square Park, and there are lots of pigeons around. And honestly, I think pigeons are just a very funny, ubiquitous bird. And I'm inspired by them daily, disgusted by them daily. I'm surrounded by them, and so they're everywhere. And then in terms of guns, well, talk about ubiquitous. Again, we are in America, and it is another thing that is kind of all around us in the background of our lives, and also, unfortunately, in a lot of situations, the forefront of our lives. And I love the dichotomy between like a very funny animal and a very dangerous object.
Yeah, it's a peace and war, basically. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to write about this, and yeah, America rocks.
Depends on who you ask.
I love America. He knows this. Okay, you guys, why don't we start a timer for 10 minutes and write. You can choose whichever you would like to write about, pigeons or guns, or you can write about both of them.
Cool.
And the countdown starts now. Okay, the countdown. I'm gonna move the countdown.
There it is. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, this is a little small. Okay, we can start now.
Let's do it.
and the time is up. And I've been dealing with my timer for a little too long, but I see that the time is up.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Welcome back. You've been working hard. So how did it go?
For me,
Yes.
I went through like 3 different phases.
Okay.
Right? So I did a first draft
Uh-huh.
of a song. I guess I think of it as a song of like lyrics
Uh-huh.
to a song called Pigeon with a Gun.
Oh, yeah.
So I combined both of the prompts, pigeons and guns. I think, yeah, like I said at the top of this, I really like the incongruity between peaceful pigeon and a dangerous object. And I thought that was just a very funny visual of like a bird carrying a gun. Literally, that's the first thing that kind of came into my head, like what that would look like, and also what a bird with a gun, a pigeon with a gun would be like motivated by.
This is why I love talking to creative people, because it has no boundaries, right?
Yeah.
The boundary, the exercise with a boundary then extend, like breaks all other boundaries. So it's such a cute little idea. So what happens then?
Yeah, so I had a first draft where it was just more like stream of consciousness. And I knew that I wanted to start with pigeon with a gun, which is what I wrote here. Pigeon with a gun, flying around, looking for fun, all right? That was just the first sort of 4-line bar that came to mind. And I kept it simple with just, okay, well, what rhymes with gun? Fun. And I think that ties into the like, the incongruity that I was talking about. Fun and gun, pigeon, war. Anyways, so that was the first draft, right? It was just like stream of consciousness, what rhymes together, what are the visuals that are coming into my mind. And then I got to the end of it and I was like, I don't know if I love all of this. And I got to a point where I was running out of ideas. And so then I thought, okay, well, what are just some literal ideas that come to mind when I think of pigeons or guns? So I have wing, I have gray, iridescent, purple, bird, feathers. So just like a word bank that I can source from, right? And then my second draft, I attempted to combine both things, draft 1 and some fresh ideas. And I ended, before the time ran out, with 2 sort of stanzas, 2.5 stanzas that I really like. Should I share it? Should I just?
Yes, whatever you want to share, please share with us.
Okay,
but you don't have to share.
I want to.
Yeah.
So, this is for a song called Pigeon with a Gun, right? Pigeon with a gun, flying around, looking for fun. Peaceful bird coming unfurled, pigeon stays strapped in a dangerous world. Those are the 2 stanzas I have. The third one was going to be something along the lines of like something, wing on the trigger, something, brain feels bigger.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
What did you get? What do you have?
Oh my God. First of all, I started with describing a pigeon because I was like, how can I get myself going?
Okay.
Just a heads up, in between, I was distracted by fixing the countdown timer. This is how, like, just want to say, like, the brain can go.
Yes.
But
give Victoria a break, everybody, okay?
Thank you.
She's doing multiple things at once.
We're learning. I'm learning. So anyway, I started describing the pigeon. And I'm like, it's not really beautiful. It's not, like, it's dirty. It's gray, right? But it has so much symbolism. Like, from the time of immemorial, it's a symbol of peace. And I'm like, I'm trying to find in my brain resources, where does it come from, right? It's like, I don't know how it started. I know it's Bible, but it's not like that. According to other traditions, also in literature, pigeons are the symbol of peace, right? And then guns. The guns is symbol of violence, as opposite, right? And it has developed so throughout the centuries. But then I was thinking about Stanley Kubrick has masterpieces, but one of them is like Space Odyssey.
Of course,
the second one. And I remember that scene where these apes are first pick up the bone and start killing the other one.
Right.
And that was, I think that's how it started, like the first gun. it was created to survive for food, because that was back then the reptilian brain, right?
It was just a tool.
It was a tool to survive, to eat food.
Right.
But we have claimed that we transcended that primitive part of us, but
Sure.
we're still using a gun. So I'm like,
Absolutely.
now it's like we don't have to use a gun anymore.
Interesting.
We don't have to fight for food.
Right.
What else is? And then I'm like, so what is the purpose of gun? It's just now it became just what is it? Activity, like
Sport, right?
Sport.
But it's been corrupted. Like it's a corrupted pursuit.
How did we end up here? Yeah, I know it's a little too philosophical, but yeah.
No, I accept your explanation. I love it. I think it's interesting that when prompted, right, you could give 12 people in a room the same prompt and they will come up with not only a different result, but also a different approach to that first act of writing. It's interesting that you went to like this philosophical avenue and I just went to what rhymes with gun.
No, that's awesome. Like, this is awesome. You wrote a poem. It's wonderful. We're doing this to create some kind of literary work or some meaningful work to you. You wrote a poem. It's really hard to write poems.
It's interesting you say that because I find it like rhyming is like the first thing I think of when prompted. Because even before we started and we knew that we were going to do pigeon, I was like, what rhymes with pigeon? Smidgen. Like my brain goes to rhyming first. I don't know why. I think it's like a puzzle piece that is quickly just kind of clever. You know what I mean? Like just rhyming is the first thing that my brain goes to when prompted. I forgot your question. What?
It's a compliment, though. Not everyone. I know writers who have difficulty with writing poetry. It's not for everyone.
And I see it as like this cheap trick that I can pull off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's a talent. One of the words for it, that's a talent.
Thanks.
And you mentioned the prompts, giving people prompts.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that you do that for a living, right?
I do, yeah. So I work at Second City here in Brooklyn. And in a lot of my classes, my improv classes or stand-up classes or even my public speaking classes, I will prompt my students with something at random to just force their brains into a bit of a box, into a bit of a boundary that they can work within, which is exactly what we're doing here, right? It's much more difficult to tell a writer, write. But if you tell them, hey, write about pigeons, write about guns, write about dogs, write about jazz, then their brain immediately has a visual and a time and a place that they can go to start writing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I relate with it, and I intuitively started doing this.
Yeah.
Because I attended one poetry workshop
cool.
where I thought we were going to have to sit down and write a poem. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I went without knowing what we're going to do. And the host gave us like few prompts, random prompts. Like there was a raffle and something came out of this. I'm like, this is great. Like I was so happy someone told me what to do. I know it sounds so funny, but yeah, please tell me what to do and I will do something with it. And I was thing that I wanted to ask you, you mentioned it before. Your writing process is very unique. Yeah, you gotta tell the story about how you write from beginning to the end.
Sure. Well, as a lot of you probably know, like it depends on what you are writing, right? So if you're going in knowing I'm going to write a song, that'll be a lot different from I'm going to write a screenplay, right? But for me, the work that I've been doing lately, I found the writing has come in the actual edit, right? So I do a lot of filming, and I like to gather as much footage as possible, and then the place where I'm making writerly decisions happens in like an editing suite, in like an editing software, and it's only then do I discover what this thing is about. I don't do a whole lot of writing like this. In fact, this was a fun exercise because I rarely like sit down and just like give myself the room to just write with pen and paper. So this was a treat. But even now, like, I don't know. It's a little unfamiliar to me, because most of my bread and butter is that as a video editor, that's where like the meaning kind of comes alive for me. I don't know, where does the like.
You mentioned how your writing process started with the green screen. You create a scene and then you edit, and maybe a little bit more details. How does it come on the paper?
Yes. Well, I find that like I have this character that I have called Mr. Moops.
Yeah, I wanted to tell us about Mr. Moops.
Yeah, thank you for the prompt.
Yeah.
I film him on a green screen, right, in my apartment. And I was inspired I had a roommate who was actually an illustrator for The New Yorker. And I was jealous of his ability to just write out one gag in a night and send it off. That like quick editorial process. And I thought, how can I apply that to like my own work? And so I came up with this character, Mr. Moops, who I film on a green screen. And whenever I have an idea for a gag, right, I'll sort of write it in my phone first. That's maybe where the first writing comes from, is writing it in my notes app and thinking, oh, that's a funny idea that I can film, that I can visualize as a gag. And then I'll step in front of the camera, attempt to film it, right, get as much footage as I can, bring it into an editing suite, and editorialize. And it's like, it's the right amount of commitment. Not too much, not too little. You know, it looks polished, but it's also like, whatever. This is just one gag that I can throw away. And I really love that process, that ability to just like see an idea from inception to completed product in a short amount of time. I think that it's super gratifying to do that. And this exercise gave me that same like hit, right? And I think that's maybe why I like rhyming so much, because it's like, oh, gun and fun, unfurled world, trigger bigger. Like that instant gratification is fun for me as a writer. It makes me feel like accomplished.
It's a very rare skill. Not everyone can do that.
But I feel like everyone can.
No, they
everybody
can.
Can rhyme,
I mean, I've
right?
been told, depends on the rhyming quality and how, But you also love Shakespeare. I wanted to ask you, tell me why you love Shakespeare.
Oh,
Who is Shakespeare to you? Tell the people.
Shakespeare to me is a dead man from 500 years ago who is bald. I was lucky enough to perform these last 2 summers with a group called Shakespeare in the Parking Lot. We perform on the Lower East Side, Norfolk and Rivington, and this company's been around for like 30 odd years doing Shakespeare in the Parking Lot. And 2 summers ago we did 12th Night. Last summer we did Midsummer Night's Dream. And this summer in July we're doing As You Like It in the parking lot. And I had never done Shakespeare until 2 summers ago.
Okay.
Throughout all my career since I was 16 to 2 summers ago, never touched Shakespeare, was intimidated by it, right? I'd seen it in theater, I'd seen good Shakespeare, I'd seen bad Shakespeare in theaters.
Bad Shakespeare is a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. But I quickly found out that it was like one of the biggest challenges that I've ever approached as a performer, just to get my mind wrapped around the language of it. Because if I could be completely honest, I worked hard to try to understand a lot of the words, but by showtime,
That old English,
I'm not going to pretend like I knew the definition of every single word. I didn't, right? But it was like, hate to be an actor talking about how much I love Shakespeare, like cliche. But
please explain to me Shakespeare, because for me it's unattainable
yes,
at this level.
When you're performing it as an actor, you can put, I've found that you can put any spin on the language, because it is so much like a tongue twister all of those words, that you can inject any motivation and any action into the language, which is what makes it so fun as a performer. And it's what keeps me coming back to it, just the freedom of it. You would think that it would be super restricting, but it's actually, once it starts, like, once the bibbity bobbity boo of the language rolls off your tongue, it's like, it's a real high. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, a lot of people can't approach Shakespeare because it's unreadable, because it is unreadable, right? It's meant to be seen live in person. You are not meant to read William Shakespeare. Do not read William Shakespeare. Go see a show, and then you'll have a better understanding of why it's so lively, why it's so powerful. Yeah. Have you seen any, like, Shakespeare shows? Or?
I don't think so. No.
You gotta see it.
Only on visual. And also, I don't want to see a show and be disappointed. It has to be a really high quality.
Yes, well, that's the risk you run by. Yeah. But even I saw an production of Shakespeare a couple weeks ago, and even then, like, it was thought provoking because it was just like the fact that the actors worked so hard to deliver you text from 500 years ago was impressive in and of itself, and I walked away being like, wow, they genuinely accomplished this script, you know?
So the script was the original Old English script.
From like 1490 something?
Correct. That I have never seen, but I remember now. I saw a show in Kennedy Center with my mother back in a few years ago.
Before it was
a different one. And I didn't like it. It was modernized Shakespeare. It was the modern day language. It was the modern day attire, costume, light.
Did they have the original script, or was the language updated?
The language was also, I think it was from Sweden.
Oh, interesting.
They Swedenized Shakespeare.
Swedenized. I gotta write that down. Swedenized.
I'm sorry, guys. It was terrible. It was not. It was so removed from Shakespeare, right? Shakespeare has its charm with its language. Yes. The language of it, even though for me it's also far removed, I can feel Shakespeare. And I have a famous quote. Well, Hamlet is a famous play, but I've seen it on television, and my favorite quote, and it's all around the world, is that "To thine own self be true."
To thine own self be true.
And it must follow as the night, the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man.
Shakespeare in the Park, everybody. Talk about Shakespeare in the Park.
Well, this is very. So deep, it's prophetic.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it. I had to say
this. That's an interesting misconception about Shakespeare too, is that it's so deep and high drama and very I don't know, up on a pedestal. But then you go to see a show, and even Hamlet, right? This play known for being a brooding portrayal, a tragedy, has hilarious moments within it. And if done right, a Shakespearean tragedy can make you laugh, can make you cry, can make you fall in love. It really runs the gamut of like human emotion if done correctly. Yeah,
please let me know if there's a show anywhere in the future where it will be done correctly.
Yeah. Let me know too. I'd love to go see it.
Or if you do it, like when you do it, let me know.
This July. Shakespeare in the parking lot. Shakespeare in the parking lot.
Yeah, I need the details, and we can post details on the Instagram or YouTube. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Of course, Victoria, it's my pleasure.
It's my pleasure too. It's honor. We're so honored you had time for us.
Oh my gosh. This was genuinely such a fun challenge that I don't get to approach often, so thank you.
Thank you, and thank you guys for being with us, and see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.